that's another thing I think that's important to kind of factor in here too. And this is kind of perhaps for some a concept that's maybe a little hard to handle, but basically the idea that what we are essentially is eternal spiritual beings, and so it's very important how we live our life. We may think it doesn't really make much difference, there's no hope, we can't really change the world, but it's absolutely essential for each one of us as a spiritual, eternal being of consciousness that we are, while we are living on this planet, in this body, at this time, that we live with integrity and use our energy for unfolding our consciousness as best we can to realize that that's why we're here, and we're not, when we leave this body, we're every wisdom tradition recognizes this, that we're not, it's not over. This is a very unusual situation we're in our society today, where we think that since we're killing so many animals, we tend to think that animals and people are just meat. You're just meat. You're just a piece of meat. You're born. You're going to die, and your only value is in what you can bring to the market. And so that kind of totally impoverished and violent mentality towards animals we now apply to ourselves in this materialistic worldview where people think that this is all there is. But that's just a symptom of a culture that's lost its way and disconnected from the deeper well springs. I think if we go deep into meditation, we become aware that we are eternal consciousness beyond just our thoughts and our feelings, and that this consciousness is not imprisoned in a body. It's perhaps apparently functioning through a body, but we're much greater than that. So that's another important, I think, element to just somehow ponder and be aware of, because I think a lot of vegans seem to get into this mode of desperation. Like we got to commit violence against these meat eaters and against these systems, because if we don't, the Earth's going to be destroyed and we're all going to die. And so this panic survival mode, and we have to realize that this was already going on when we were born. It was been going on for thousands of years. Here we are. We can do the best we can, but the ends never justify the means. How we live our lives is the message. That is it. So what we do is the vegan ideal of compassion for those who are at our mercy, compassion for all beings, and it's a beautiful way to live if we can do it. The more we can do it, I think, the more happy we'll be at a deep level. There's a great pain, great agony in understanding the violence finally towards animals, but it's not only that. I think that's an important point to make. There's also enormous joy and happiness that comes with doing what we can to be part of the celebration of life here, and the celebration of life is huge. It really is still. There's still a lot of life celebrating, and if human beings can stop destroying it all by going vegan, then we can bring things back. And that's the most important thing I think we can do with our life, is to make an effort with the time we have here to do that.